Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about they need to be penalized for this. Woman forced to go to store to find item after male DoorDash shopper claimed it was out of stock. Oh good, another one of these customers who like to blame a gender of DoorDash drivers or a gender of gig workers rather than just understanding that the gig worker made a mistake. And honestly, I get really tired of content that is specifically geared towards treating men like garbage, when in reality, it's both sides that can do this very same thing and then still have issues with it. Because I'll tell you what, if the shoe was on the other foot, the guy would be destroyed on social media for calling out a woman DoorDash shopper for this. But here, they will absolutely be obliterated because a woman is calling out a guy. And honestly, I hate talking about stuff like that because it's obviously not about male DoorDash shoppers. It's about men in general. But either way, this chick went viral about it, so we gotta talk about it. So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers and customers and shoppers, apparently, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. A woman says a male DoorDash shopper claimed an item she ordered was out of stock. That forced her to go to the store herself, where she promptly found it on the shelf. Thekaseyjackson at Thekaseyjackson filmed herself at the store and posted the video to her TikTok account. It has since received over 782,000 views. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave her TikTok as well as her profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. So let's get this straight off the first couple sentences. A woman got a male DoorDash shopper and claimed an item was out of stock. If this was a woman, there would be no story here. But it's because the woman calling out a guy, it's a problem. And if it's a guy calling out a girl, he's canceled. And the item was found on the shelf itself, in the same store in which she ordered from. I feel like this is fishing for content. If you had to go to the store itself, the exact same store itself, to prove a point, then it's not even about the product in which you're trying to order. It's about calling out somebody for being a guy as a gig worker. Seriously, that's really messed up.
Find the item that the man shopping for my DoorDash order said that the store didn't have, because it's a mostly female item.
Sure, there are some customers that have a problem with purchasing female items, such as tampons or other female-esque items. But is that what happened here? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I personally don't have that issue. I know that some drivers could. Either way.
I'm guessing he just doesn't know where to look for it in the store.
That is one thing I will say about DoorDash specifically. They don't exactly give you a guide throughout the store like Instacart does or like some of the other platforms do. They just give you a general area or the category that it's in, and you're expected to just find it. Meanwhile, there's like 3 different sections of it, and some of them aren't even so obvious that that's the section it would be in. That also said, could that person have also talked to an associate if someone was available? Sometimes associates take their sweet ass time in the back. Sometimes there's only one and they're the cashier, which don't even get me started on that. Sometimes they went into the store during the pharmacy's lunch break, and that's always just the worst timing, I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, they don't have it? They don't have it.
Azo is a medication used to relieve symptoms caused by urinary tract infections, UTIs, and women are more likely to get UTIs. Okay, so according to Google, women are up to 30 more times more likely to get UTIs than men, and as many as 4 in 10 women who get UTIs will get another within 6 months. However, UTIs can occur in both genders across all age groups. Either way, is that a gender-specific item or is that a urinary tract infection specific item? I guess it depends on where exactly in the store it would be under. Tell you what, I haven't had any issues with my urinary tract in this way. But that also said, I also wouldn't know where in the store to look. I would ask an associate if they're available, but if they're not available and I keep asking people for it and they don't even know where it is, because that's happened before where I ask an associate where it is and they don't even know where it is, and I have to refund the item. It's just that simple. One of the things that DoorDash does is that they allow you to choose some substitutions before you actually shop for the items or before the order is placed in case something goes wrong. But that also said, did you do that? No. They just refunded the item because I'm not going to guess on which one is okay for you and then be liable for whatever happens after. In the caption, Jackson elaborates on what she says happened. I got no message, no notification that I needed to select a replacement. The only notification that I received was your item has been refunded. She says, adding that she also messaged the Dasher directly. She said he told her the store didn't have the item. Okay, but you would have had that opportunity to select a replacement before we even had the option to. So why didn't you do that on your end? Also, the guy could have sent you a photo of the shelving, but if you ghosted them, which that is entirely possible, because I love how these stories tend to be, they like to expose the driver, but they don't want to take accountability for their actions. And even some of them are like,
oh, well, I was busy with the kid, or I was busy with this other thing.
And then be surprised that we're like, you know what, F it, we're just gonna refund the item. I'm not wasting my time for you to ghost me. I have enough problems with that already. She adds that this isn't the first time she's had such an issue with a male dasher. I've heard so many stories of women having similar experiences, and the fact is, I just don't think any of this would have happened if the shopper was a woman, she writes. Or you just wouldn't talk about it if it was a woman. Let's be realistic about that. What if they did the same thing as some of these people like to complain about, where the dasher says her name is Emily, but it was really Emily's boyfriend or whatever? What if the roles reversed on that? And it was really Dan, but it was Emily doing the shopping. Would you still have that same problem? Or were you trying to maintain image rather than tell the truth? I thought so. Male shoppers have developed a reputation of being unreliable shoppers. No, male shoppers received a reputation of being unreliable shoppers from every male-hating customer out there. It's why I don't do shop and pay for platforms like Doordash UberEats, because I'm not gonna work with a customer that's gonna treat me like garbage and then they get all surprised when I'm like, hey, I couldn't find an item, this is what I have to switch with it, and they don't respond, and then I get the blame for it. Suddenly I get deactivated because you're a stupid bitch. Jackson isn't the only customer to voice her dissatisfaction with male DoorDash delivery drivers. They have developed a reputation of being unreliable shoppers and have also been accused of using weaponized incompetence when carrying out orders. Or, you know, you'd like the clout on social media and it's cool to make men look bad, then actually take accountability and to understand that it could be any gender that has these problems and not just men or women. A number of users all across social media platforms have complained about male drivers on DoorDash, Instacart, and other delivery platforms. The Daily Dot has reported on an Instacart customer who said her male substituted cat food for Cheez-Its. Another went viral calling out male DoorDash shoppers for refusing to buy period products. Again, I swear that is all just clout chasing at this point, because cat food and Cheez-Its are two different worlds. Sure, some drivers may be skeeved out buying period products or Plan B or something like that. That's actually things that have gone viral before. Either way, it's not simply a male DoorDash shopper problem, and honestly, I swear that this is just a bunch of chicks who are just tired of men in general, and then gaslight us like we're the problem as usual, and then they wonder why they're still single, or why their husband isn't happy in their marriage. Viewers share their own experiences. Viewers on Jackson's videos were as incensed as she was, and shared some of her own experiences with male shoppers on DoorDash and other platforms. platforms. They need to be penalized for this. I swear, read one comment with over 15,000 likes. I believe they are penalized for this to a certain degree. And either way, if you got a problem with the way things are on these platforms, then go do the shopping yourself. You literally ordered the items that you ordered and then went to the store itself just to prove a point. Why didn't you just go to the store itself if you have that kind of problem? Seriously. Like, tell me you're just trying to start a problem for social media without telling me you're just trying to start a problem for social media. My male Instacart shopper once replaced pads with makeup remover face wipes, said another. Yeah, well, sometimes the substitutes just say that. And if you got a problem with it, make sure you set your substitutes ahead of time. Don't blame us if things go bad. I had a dude send me a pic with a shelf with the item on it saying he couldn't find it, wrote someone else. I feel like that's just typical guy things. Like, I'm not justifying this one. I'm telling you that this is a typical guy thing. Like, sometimes I'll swear it's not here, and then somebody will reach around me and pull the item out from in front of my face as if it wasn't there, and suddenly it'll be there in my mind. Again, I'm not justifying it. That's just how my mind tends to be too. So I get that. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Honestly, like I said, this feels like it's just social media attention grabber right here. If you're doing all you can as a male Instacart shopper, you shouldn't be ridiculed for when things don't go perfectly in your favor. When I'm doing a shop and pay order, I'll look for all the items I can, and then I'll talk to an associate, and then I'll reach out to the customer, see if they want a replacement. If the customer doesn't want to reach out, I'll refund the item. And then if I get bitched about on social media later, it's the customer's fault, not mine. And I'm sick and tired of customers that operate that way. I swear. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of life. Like I said earlier, I hate doing content like this because it's always this gender hating on this gender. This is just stupid. Like, this is a stupid topic. You know it's clout chasing. You know it's not even about the guy, but you want to make it about the guy because that's what gets clout going. And honestly, I had enough. I had enough of the nonsense. So if you got a problem with the way your shopper is doing orders, then go and get your items yourself. You guys just want to complain for the sake of complaining, and you want to feel justified in your complaining. The only reason why it would be semi-justifiable is not even about the fact that it's a shopper not getting the item you want. It's about women hating men. And it's nonsense, and it needs to stop. And it's also why I hate doing gender-specific content of any kind. Because discrimination like that is garbage. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!